Hi, my name is Rafael, and today I'm going to tell you how I met Dr. Wolfe. 4 or 5 years ago, my wife's dad, my father-in-law, had cancer, and we came to Kelowna in hopes of seeing him. My wife, by a total fluke, met him at a restaurant, and I didn't even know anything about him back then. And she just jumped out and she's like, "Dr. Wolfe," and she just took off, and I had no idea who the guy was. Then my wife came back about half an hour, 40 minutes later, and she's like, "I met Dr. Wolfe. We have an appointment Monday." And I'm like, "Oh, that's great. Maybe he can help us a little bit." So Monday came around, and they were supposed to see him for about an hour, and they came back about 4 or 5 hours later. And when they came in through the door, they were pale as if they saw a ghost. And I'm like, what the heck happened? And Kinga, my wife, said, "You have to come with us tomorrow and you have to meet him." I'm a guy, I don't like doctors. I'm very skeptical about, what they preach and so on and so forth. But I'm like, you know what? I'll go for the support. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, we went in. I was just sitting on the sidelines, and Dr. Wolfe was talking with my wife and her dad. And I was just listening to the guy talk, and the knowledge that he was providing them and us, I was shocked. I was hearing things for the first time that the medical industry is supposed to provide. It's supposed to teach people, it's supposed to educate people. And like, the guy just opened himself up, like he poured everything out onto us, all his knowledge, all his advice. And I was just sitting there, and I had nothing to say. I was just shocked. By the end of the session of the consult, I asked Dr. Wolfe if me and my wife can come in and have a talk with him about emotions, about certain pains that we have. And he's like, "You know what? I'm a busy guy, but let's make it happen." So we went in on Friday, and again, we were supposed to go in for an hour. I think we spent maybe 2 or 3 hours with him. Again, I had a notepad. I was writing everything down, the advice that he gave us, how to change our life, how to change our lifestyle. It wasn't only about nutrition and healthy eating, but there was a lot of stuff about our emotions, how to deal with emotions, how to solve them, how to talk amongst ourselves. And yeah, I think we spent like 3 hours, and it wasn't enough. And I'm like, "Can we come and see you again?" And he's like, "Yeah, for sure. Just schedule another meeting. I'm available in 2 weeks' time." And I'm like, "Dr. Wolfe, like, we're leaving back to Edmonton tomorrow." And I'm like, "There's still so many questions that I have for you. And like, we need more help." And he's like, "Well, let me see what I can do." So he went out of the room. He came back, and he's like, "If you guys are able to come back tomorrow," which was a Saturday at 7 a.m., "I'll squeeze you in." And I'm like, "Sure, we're gonna be there." We came back on Saturday, and back then I had major problems with my knees. And I knew something about deep tissue, he mentioned, but I didn't know to what extent it goes into, what it actually entails. So before I had a page of questions, and my first question was, I have pain in my knees. I didn't even tell my wife back then because of everything that she was going on with her father. But I was about to go to my family physician back in Edmonton and schedule a consult with a professional, hopefully get surgery on my knees, because I couldn't cross my knees, I couldn't walk. It felt like I had needles and nails stuck in my knees when I was walking. So I told him, like, "Dr. Darryl, like, I have problems with my knees. It hurts, like, it hurts." And he's like, "You know what? Get on the floor. Don't be a sissy. Just ask me your questions, and we're gonna fix your knee in the next 15 minutes. And I'm like, "What do you mean you're gonna fix my knee?" He's just like, "Get on the floor." So right in the consult room, I got on the floor, and he started working on my knee, performing deep tissue. As soon as he started working on it, I felt how he was breaking up my pain away. At the end of 15 minutes, he told me, "Get up and start squatting." And I got up and I squatted, and my right knee was fixed after 15 minutes. And I couldn't believe it. I was ready for surgery. That day we were driving back to Edmonton, and first time in years, I was able to drive without any pain in my knee for 10 hours straight. During our consult, Dr. Wolfe mentioned that we should do PTT, personal training. So we scheduled that in, I think it passed about maybe a year or so when we came back. So we came back for about 4 or 5 days, where he taught us about nutrition, he taught us about mental health, and he taught us deep tissue. So we would be able to continue working on ourselves with my wife. Like, Dr. Wolfe is such a person where he wants to educate you so you're able to take care of yourself, you're able to take control of your life, and you're the master of your body. And over the years, we developed a relationship. And to this day, I feel like he's the master. I'm a little apprentice trying to grab as much knowledge from him as possible in order to have a happy and healthy life. It came to a point where we built such a strong relationship that he told us, you guys have to move here to have a healthier, happier life. So about 7 months ago, we actually moved to Kelowna, and we're continuing our relationship with Dr. Wolfe. We're coming for sessions for deep tissue. We're looking forward to take his deep tissue certification in the future. But yeah, like Dr. Wolfe he's this ball of knowledge that he wants to basically provide and then share that knowledge with you and everybody else that we spoke with, so people take control of their life, they take control of their health, so they're able to live happy, pain-free for years to come, and start helping each other, especially with couples. I think if you're a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, you guys are hoping to change your life and improve your health, I think you should come and see Dr. Darren Wolfe and do a couples training, and he'll teach you everything you need to know to live a happy, healthy life.